Thank you, GBS. Boom versus forZe. I'm ODPixel here with Lacoste, and should be a lot of fun. We're getting a bit of the old fuzzy wuzzy coming out from Boom in this final pick, and forZe closing up their draft, getting that pairing, that all-terrifying combo, the Venomancer, Ancient Apparition, something that nobody wants to play into, especially if you're a big old Ursa bear.
You were absolutely disgusted by Venomancer, and AA, you were also worried that we're not going to have any good spells, but now you have AA Veno plus Rocket on top of that. Also, Lifestealer can enter any of these heroes, and suddenly you have like 4 heroes at one point on the map. On the other side, you have Ursa with Surge and Ion Shell running at you. But I think there's too much kiting potential from forZe in this game. The overtime damage, Darkseer needs to get that pipe, and Guardian Greaves to mitigate the damage over time. Even Battle Hunger on top of that.
Yeah, there's going to be so many things sort of slowing down.
You can't have too much damage, you know, one kind of a damage, but they might have too much overtime damage in this one.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty wild, and definitely eyes on Dreamocel to see what sort of plays he can make. I guess one of the upsides being what's an Ursa nowadays, you're not worried about sort of being unable to blink in, because he's not gonna go blink, right? He's gonna sort of go what, phase drums Abyssal, or would you just go Abyssal?
Skip the drums. You can straight into Basher / Abyssal Blade.
Absolutely.
Phase boots, extra wind lays for some movement speed, and then you're gonna run at people. These two heroes are the best Roche taking heroes in the game, TA and Ursa. But the Vision game is going to be extremely hard to play against the forZe AA ulti. You have Rocket, you have Venom wards, ton of kiting potential.
Yeah, well, we're not going to see this start off as Gibkiy.
That's a mid-axe, if you did not notice it.
And the BZZ taking the Veno to the side lane, and Gibkiy. I mean, it was interesting to see, as we said, you know, during the draft, that was an instant pickup for the Veno. So forZe were very ready to make that adjustment and say, you know, Gibkiy, we're putting the axe mid. Or maybe that was just the plan all along. It was never intended to be a side lane axe. But the lanes, indeed, that forZe have decided to settle with. And with this wave doled up, and also the fact that VANSKOR gets in and will take away Mikoto's courier, means that this axe could be set to have a good opening to this lane.
There's no extra region on TA for only a minute, so she should be able to survive. Also should put Tango and Mango in the inventory for some extra region and lower the cooldown on Tango. But that's not my problem, and she just did that.
She's got it. She's got it done. We'll see on the side lanes how if Dreamocel is able to get much done in this top lane. Does it look like a very pretty place for him to be against a Veno and Clockwork? 2 heroes that can be incredibly infuriating to lane against as a melee hero. You know, there's going to be very little chances for Dreamocel to get on top of them unless they do mess up, and KheZu's able to enable him to close the gaps. And especially once he's got the level 2 with the shield and the Frost Blast skilled up, there will be the chance for them to chase any heroes of forZe that do go a little out of position.
They have a lot of kill potential, but also there's a ton of slow battery. Once Clockwork gets level 2, puts a point in cogs, you need to be careful, and here they come.
They're going to see if they can do something whilst the heroes are level 1, but Chu comes in with the battery assault. Dreamocel won't be able to chase BZZ any further. Does manage to force the early salve usage. Down bottom, looking at the other dual lane, Hyde and FBZ. Teaming up, grabbing the creep wave round and killing it off with the Iron Shells. As VANSKOR will chase, if he can deny some of this away, is able to grab at least one of the range creeps away from them. And also manage to do a fair bit of damage. Just need to be careful as FBZ and Hyde do come back around. FBZ himself also needs to make sure he doesn't get anywhere close to that of 19Teen, who does go for a bit of damage onto Hyde, slows him with the open wounds. Just trying to force the Nyx Assassin away, and that will be that. Nothing more to threaten him with.
Is he 19 or 19-teen?
It's an interesting name, isn't it? I think we can go with...
Sounds like an American rapper.
19-teen. I mean, you know, I've not heard the lad say anything, but maybe he's got a beautiful voice, and maybe he can drop a few bars. Seeing what he's able to drop this game. So far, though, with the lanes in the side, consider the mid lane. Mikoto, he is still managing to take the lead. I guess this, would you say this is overall still expected? You know, Axe this is just not really a standard mid lane hero. TA, she is, and she's still going to be able to have the edge.
The thing is, Axe was not there for the first wave and a half because Lich was harassing him a lot, and this helped TA's lane. Also, once TA hits level 3, level 5, extra point in refraction. Even though he has Battle Hunger, it's not that effective. Like the extra damage just guarantees that you're gonna get a creep.
See down bottom again, just FBZ continuing to drag the creep waves around. VANSKOR is trying to come across to attempt to aggro some of them back to the neutrals, but FBZ has them at a fair distance and will be able to keep them away. Top lane, the two cores continues to be pretty even in farm, 14 for 4 against the 14 for 2. Both sides definitely, I guess, you know, it really is just balancing out. Sure, Boom, if they catch someone out of position, they can go, but with the slows and the many ways that they can mess with the Ursa's attempts, it's just a little too hard for either side to really find and kill it. Down bottom, again, FBZ going in, sort of baiting some action as Hyde finds the stun onto VANSKOR. We'll chase him a little bit, but as soon as he's back under the tier 2, that is it.
He's extremely low, 15 HP.
He's nearly dying to the creep set. He's got to be careful.
Clockwork might get a rocket. I saw he was saving a point. No.
Oh, he needs one creep and he would have the rocket flare, but you're right, won't be soon enough with the Darks here. Tang going up, FBZ will be fine. Top lane, now may I able to trap Khezcute into the cogs. The battery assault, Khezcute, he will be the first to fall. First blood going the way of forZe. Down bottom, FBZ. I mean, he's really playing it on the edge. Again, the Tango regen should keep him safe. Pops the Soul Ring, goes for the TP out, and will manage to make it away in time. As, yeah, skill-wise, Chu did take the second point in Battery Assault to make sure he continues to pretty much dominate this lane now. Not only just killing off the Lich, but being able to chase down Dreamocel in the tree line and kill him off as well.
Every single time Ursa gets close, he gets harassed by Venomancer, a couple of hits, overtime damage from the Poison Sting, and keep repeating it. Every single time he gets close to hit a creep, even if he's low, drop the Venomous Gale. If Clockwork is around, use the Battery Assault. This lane is going to be disaster on the top. Look at Ursa CS 15. And Venomancer, I just hope he's going to go for Spirit Vessel. Get that overtime damage. Oh, that's going to be a big kill.
Yeah, well, Gibkiy does manage to get himself in a bit of a spot of bother. Boom, chase him down, a little too deep and alone. They'll catch him out this time round for trying to mess with the creeps and take what he can from Boom's half of the map. Get him out the lane, and this it does continue to just really give this TA an incredibly free start. Mikoto, he's on track to hit those very scary timings as a TA can in this game. Obviously, you know, with the Veno, the AA, they do have some good sort of tick damage ways to deal with the TA down the line, but still, it doesn't matter. If Mikoto gets like a quick deso, he's still going to be able to three-shot these heroes in that early portion of the game. Mid lane, again, Gibkiy comes straight back into the action, but Mikoto's forcing it back already.
TP here.
That's a TP into his death, especially with the backup of Khezcute, slowing down VANSKOR, the Frost Shield, enabling Mikoto to close the gap. Hyde has to be a little careful. He's looking for the stun. He knows that Gibkiy is still around. Gibkiy will show. Hyde does not want to come back in to offer up a stun. He's too low and knows with Chu coming in, he doesn't want to risk hanging around. They get the cogs out, trapping Mikoto underneath the tower.
Fairy
Can
Fire.
Khezcute save him? The refraction's back up and Mikoto will be able to walk away to safety.
And they're still keeping this siege creep alive, which deals a huge amount of damage to the tower. Good rotations. This is how you play with TA. If you need, you bring the numbers. If this went perfectly, they would have taken the tier 1 tower, invade the jungle. This Axe right now is not having a game. He has 35 CS, third on the network chart, but still needs a lot of time to come online. No,
it's quite interesting to see which sort of cores are coming out on top at the moment. The TA and the Lifesteal are the ones having the greatest of times. You know, some of these other cores that you said, the Axe, also the Ursa. You know, he's totally out of it at the moment. Incredibly low down on the net worth. He's going to have to find some sort of space to catch up, but this isn't one of those heroes that you know, does well from behind. You fall behind on this hero, you don't have any sort of flash farming capabilities, and they're punishing him down bottom. Dreamocel will be able to jump up the cliff, does manage to live, but still this is just more and more time that he's being forced away from the creep waves. Chu pretty much just mirroring his movements. Dreamocel will jump back down. 19-10 a little deep. Does try and go for Khezcute. I mean, Dreamocel's going to be able to get a few swipe stacks up on him, but still just being the low level, he is just level 5 against the level 7 of the Lifestealer. He poses no threat at all as the Fuzzy Wuzzy.
Clockwork will need to be more active since Axe can't really rotate unless he gets a good rune, which is either Haste, that's the best one, or you get the Invis. Top lane is going well, which means that the Venomancer should also rotate if there's any kind of action happening on tier 1 towers.
Obviously, Mikoto has been very good at keeping the rune control around this mid lane. So the regen helping him out earlier. That illusion will assist his farming that little bit quicker. pushing him towards what will be a very quick Blink Dagger. And once with that, definitely he's going to be looking to get aggressive and turn up to fights if forZe do dive past towers. He knows that he really is the powerhouse for his team at the moment, and he is going to have to come in and help out to make sure that his side lanes don't continue to get crushed as hard as they are so far by forZe.
This top tower is going to go down. 4 points in Plague Wards. Keep sieging. Also put some vision on the side to see any kind of approach that BOOM wants to make.
See it's down bottom, Mikoto. He's actually looking to get involved before he has the Blink Dagger out on him. Surge forward, tries to go in onto Chu. Mass TP's coming in from forZe as Mikoto won't be able to finish off the kill. But already showing his want to get aggressive. Just want to make sure that he does find the goal to finish that Blink before he puts himself at risk of throwing his life away. And 10 gold away, he'll have it safely done. TP's up to the top lane to finish things off and get that gold wrapped up for the Blink Dagger, which is now on its way out to him.
He can start playing more aggressive. It's also a farming item if you think about it, jumping from lane to jungle faster, from one camp to another.
Still definitely a game where Ursa, Dreamocel struggling to find sort of the place to farm. He has his phase boot stunt, but other than that, it's just trying to work into a magic wand. Still a huge amount of catching up that Dreamocel needs to do to be have some sort of presence. The gold much more evenly dispersed amongst the cores of forZe as they sit in that second, third, and fourth position. Top lane Mikoto chasing down 19-teen a little bit, trying to push him away at least from the bouncy spawn in the river. forZe will still be able to claim their own on the high ground.
One of the reasons why Ursa is struggling with the CS is he does not have a cowboy set.
Oh, he does not. This is indeed not a well kitted out Ursa. I mean, what sort of items are we seeing on him here? I think some of these are the uncommon variety. Or we even got a common belt.
Oh, the yikes.
Oh no. Oh no, that's not going to help you win. Bottom lane, Chu. She's got a bit of backup here as FBZ.
Oh, what you gonna do?
All right, they get the trade. 1-for-1 up top. Trying to go for Gibkiy, but Gibkiy's got 19-teen around. And as quickly as Mikoto gets in there, has to start backing off. The battle hunger will be there, but the refraction's still up. He can blink back, no harm done.
Deepest to the mid lane, they have a siege creep. Someone else should also rotate and secure this tier 1 tower on the mid lane. They're actually planning to defend this one. I'm not sure if they can do it. Axe runs in.
It's just a little too hard to find that call with Mikoto having the blink up, and now, boom, they're ready to fight this. Popping the ult, Dreamocel tries to get on top of VANSKOR, but he's been
100
slowed
movement
down.
speed.
He cannot run, he cannot chase this. As he'll die for that attempt, VANSKOR can live. The Chain Frost is thrown out, but forZe are easily able to separate, make sure that minimal damage is done. And all whilst this is happening, you know, that extension in the mid, the loss of the Ursa, and also the loss of their top towers. BZZ stands his ground, pushes on. We'll be able to continue to take that map control away from BOOM, pushing this up to a 2K lead now.
BZZ will have full Spirit Vessel completed in 100 gold.
Oh.
Zoning wall.
Okay. I mean, certainly put him off from running down the lane, but as it is, he's able to juke him out on the side as he goes around.
Well, you asked before the game started for some spells that could be misused. These are the funniest hero to cast the game, and here's one.
I mean, yeah, Dark's here just dropping walls as he wishes. Now in the river, Mikoto is going to get messed around here by Chu a little bit. Chu still has to respect him. I mean, at the moment, it really is Mikoto against the world. He's in a great position as the TA, but the rest of his team, they're pretty much unavailable for the next 5 minutes. You know, they are not ready to do anything at all. Both Dreamocel and FBZ, they're just so far behind off the back of these lanes that forZe's done such an excellent job of controlling on the side lanes.
If Ursa wants to participate in a fight, he needs Darkseer to keep surging. Otherwise, he's just gonna get kited.
Oh yeah.
Overtime damage also against the Templar Assassin is gonna be super efficient. She needs to respect that. AA is level 6 right now. Full Spirit Vessel completed on Venomancer. No charges, though.
I mean, yeah, whoever gets Vesseled, Nova'd, and Ice Blasted, you're just dead. There's nothing that's going to be able to save you at this point. If you're BOOM ID, if forZe's able to get the full combo onto you. Koto, how's he doing on the Deso? 1,500 gold until he has it done. So continue to say, you know, this is great timings for the TA. but he just has to make up for so many other problems in the rest of his team. And mid lane, they get the dream jump. forZe's able to catch him out. As long as they can catch the TA, this game is looking very comfortable for forZe right now. There's FBZ. Also be found. Does manage to get a bit of help from the Nyx assassin, but it's not enough. It's just
thought
too
he was going to
squishy.
drop a wall again.
Oh, he did have it available.
Also, the Vision game, if they decide to go to Roche Pit, Ursa, and TA, I feel like this is forZe's game. They're just controlling it. Once they get that next item on the lifestealer, already has Armlet. Heaven's Halberd's going to cripple both of the cores.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just going to straight up counter this TA. That's the only real threat on the map that BOOM have right now. As the 3K lead, this growth continues for forZe. It's just very hard for BOOM to make plays as a team. They've got to hope that they can find members of forZe out on their own and they can get in there with the TA, allow Mikoto to do the damage. But as it is, you know, we talk about sort of the kiting potential for the Ursa. It applies as well to this TA. Any sort of foot stepped in the wrong position by Mikoto, he's going to get punished. He's going to get locked down and controlled by forZe's lineup that's just so hard to fight into because of all this AoE, these slows, these ways of disrupting the team fights. Push back with the cogs onto Khezcute. Does manage to get the chain frost out, but again, they quickly split. Chu will fall. Mikoto's able to be in position with the drag back. They're able to set up for a second. This time, BOOM managed to kick back hard, get a couple of kills. So if they can chase down Gibkiy, but he's a little too fast. They don't want to continue to push on. They're happy with taking the team fight as it is, as they do get themselves a successful trade.
Bounty ruins are spawning. Seems like it's going to be 2 for 2 trade. This TA needs to move around the map. They killed her once. Also, forZe should not overuse their spells to get a kill on position 5. Yeah, hookshot is okay. You don't need to use AA, ulti, and the Venomancer thing. But they got 1 kill from that, which means there is a Spirit Vessel on Venomancer right now.
Yeah, suddenly just BZZ, even on his own, becomes an incredibly nasty hero to run into. If you're found alone top lane, BZZ just taking a punch from VANSKOR. There's no other means to get on top of them. 19-teen, focusing on finishing that halberd. 1100 and he'll be there. They've also got that initiation, that sort of setup to start off these combos with Gibkiy having the blink dagger done. So now they can make moves even when Chu hasn't got hookshot available. These 2 great initiators that just set up for this follow-up from the Ice Blast and the Poison Nova. And
you get the best tier 1 item you can on Axe, Faded Brooch, which gives you move speed and it gives you mana. Like having move speed on Axe is extremely good for positioning in a team fight on top of phase boots and wind lace. He's running with the 500 move speed once he activates it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's, you know, if that blink doesn't quite get you straight on the target, you are still going to be able to close the gap. Up top, FBZ scored outside of the base.
Disgusting. Look at that, the overtime damage.
You're just gone. There's nothing you can do. The numbers are too high. The damage is too incredibly strong. Until anyone has a BKB, this combo will just kill any hero on the map.
You know things are serious when you see Ursa going for phase boots into BKB.
Yeah. So you know that's not a happy bear, but it's what he has to do. It's the only way he's going to be able to have any sort of impact. He's 0-2-0 at the moment. They're obviously what was a 9th pick, but their last pick, it just hasn't been able to have a game at all this time round because of how terrible forZe's heroes are to fight into. You just do not have any opportunity to do anything as the Ursa until you have that magic immunity online.
And look at this Venomancer, 2000 HP. This hero's not dying. Another hookshot.
Oh, and another kill. Hyde is trapped. Spirit Vessel makes sure that there's no chance of him walking away. I mean, this is exactly how forZe had to play. You know, 17 minutes in, they're just keeping the pressure on.
Even though it's 3K gold lead for forZe, it feels like it's much, much more considering all the items that they have. Heaven's Halberd finished on Lifestealer, which will cause a lot of issues for both Ursa and Temporal Assassin.
Oh, look at this guy, Chu. He's just actually able to walk up and cogs FBZ. Jump in with the call, make sure that there's no further getaway. Mikoto does manage to get round to the back lines and kill off the Venomancer. Dreamocel seeing what he could do here with this BKB reveal and does manage to get the second kill onto Chu. So another situation where BOOM do manage to take the good trade. Dreamocel, the BKB could not have come at a better time. As inside their half of the map, though, still forZe are still hanging around and will catch out Khezcute, who feels that the area was clear, was not. forZe were still sticking around, looking for more opportunities to find kills.
They're still respecting TA, considering how farm she is at the moment. And Ursa, he went for that BKB, and knew what lifestealer's going to go for, so he needs to have a counter for that Heaven's Halberd. Pop a BKB before he can use it. The problem is, if you use it 1 millisecond after, you still can't dispel it.
Yeah, and obviously having the BKB rush this early, it's likely that if the game does go on, you're going to be hitting into those much lower durations much sooner than anything comes out from sort of forZe if they end up getting BKBs on their causes. Into the pit they go.
One thing I'm concerned about is this is one hero who can only scale in the late game, and that's lifestealer. This is mid-axe, remember. He's still gonna get the farm, but he does not scale with the items as other mid heroes.
Look at the Aegis as they find an opportunity to get in, something that's very important to do against BOOM's heroes, but as you mentioned before, this TA, so they would have been able to take Roshan down very quickly given the opportunity. So forZe making sure there's no chance for that. I know, I mean, you're definitely right. Looking at like the if Dreamocel can get the Abyssal Blade done, yeah, that's sort of at least a guarantee. You know, you pop the BKB, you jump on someone with the Abyssal, you will be able to take a hero straight out of every team fight. But it's just sort of then how much can you get done in the fight with the BKB? Because as soon as that ends, you're going to be under a huge amount of heat and pressure from this magical output that forZe have.
Darkseer needs to play with Ursa. That's the only target that he pretty much surges in a fight and uses Ion Shell on. Has that pipe finished, which will mitigate the magical damage that forZe has a lot on their side. I see a Force Staff being built. Force Staff and Heaven's Halberds are the best item in this game for both teams.
forZe on the lookout to fight once more. Chu leading the charge. Hook shot available. Hyde is going to come swinging by, and they'll take the opportunity that presents itself. Hyde does have backup though. Maybe Boom can fight into this. Dreamocel looks to jump forward, but he instantly gets caught. There's the combo. Ice Blast out. And a bit of a bait ends up as a very successful play there for forZe.
Axe still chasing.
See if you can get another blink off onto anyone. They're already 2-split though. Boom will keep their distance. But a bit of a tough decision there from Dreamocel. I mean, he sees his Nyx assassin dying. He feels like, hey, they're sort of initiating on my support. I can get in here, try and find something in return. As they have been able to do so the last time. The problem being that this time it was pretty much just Dreamocel on his own. The rest of Boom weren't ready to back them up there.
And this is going to be a free tier 2 tower for forZe. You can see the drawings on a minimap. We're going to defend our tier 2 tower and go for the rest. There's still 2.5 minutes left on that Aegis.
A lot of time for 19 team to continue to play out aggressively. Hyde is eyeing him up. See if they can do it the twice. As the attempt of initiation turns Halberd, TP out, that'll do it. Nothing else to catch him out, so continue to play around. And in fact, bottom, Mikoto has been found alone. The vacuum does drag the two of them away, but they'll get back on top of him, dunk him down. Gibkiy with the kill. Now they could try and chase for FBZ, who drops the wall. They'll continue to chase. This movement speed from Gibkiy just too much for even the Darkseer to deal with. The call comes out, another surge is there. He just needs to find the dunk. He's not going to get it.
There's the blink.
There it is. He is going to find it. Blink up, Gibkiy with the slam down. 6, 1, and 5. Having an incredible time as this mid-axe. Not the greatest of beginnings, was a lane where the TA got a lot, but the way that forZe is playing, they're using this early game power that their lineup has very impressively to really force forZe to play in a very tough position. Until Mikoto has his BKB done, he still is as much of a liability as the rest of his teammates are when he's caught out alone.
I like the way Clockwork is playing in this game. Chu doing an amazing job. Every single time hookshot is ready, he goes in, they get a kill, he gets out. Also the item build, Ghost Scepter, like you do not have anything that goes through that Ghost Scepter. Both of these cores relying on physical damage, and it's gonna take a while until they get the item that it can dispel it.
Now Dreamocel. Bash it, it's about 450 gold away. Extra sort of setup potential done for Gibkiy as he goes for the Shadow Blade.
Assassination build.
He's gonna
he can play on the side, getting solo kills from Rocket and AA Blast, but also needs a Blade Mail.
Yeah, that really will take down any hero that's out alone. Yeah, as it is, Boom, they've kept the 4 of them around that same area at the top half of the map. I think they're realizing it's very, very risky to go out alone when forZe has got the map control that they do. And forZe, 23 minutes in, they're pushing up to the high ground onto this tier 3 tower. Fortification and the Frost Shield will slow them down a little bit. 19 Teens still has just the 30 seconds to play around with this Aegis as straight in they go. They get the initiation again. Chu never misses an opportunity to get in and find a quick, guaranteed kill. Once more, the Frost Shield slowing them down a little bit, but forZe, they're not heading back anytime soon. They'll take the tower, see what they want to do now. 19 He's going to know that the Aegis is about to go. It's just 5 seconds, it will expire. Gibkiy, he's actually looking for the jump, and he's going to find it. Straight in onto the Lich, another easy kill on the support. Dreamocel's trying to find a support trade and will get it, but he's now caught in the cogs.
Disarmed as well.
Messing around with him, he does manage to jump over the cogs with the Earth Shot. They're still chasing, another Surge saves Dreamocel. He can split himself from forZe, but they're slowly getting what they came for, taking the tier 3 tower. They can back up, look to see where they want to make the plays for next. The top lane is pushed in pretty fast, so they may want to send someone back to deal with that. They're holding on to this 7k lead forZe. Mikoto, his BKB is now done, so we'll have much more of a presence in the team fights when he's able to find them. But with the way things have been going, they've just got to keep tabs on this clock's position.
2 forZe staffs finished by 2 supports. Both Clockwork and AA have it. Also Venomancer have one. Petition to remain at the forZe staff in this game.
Yeah, very thematic for the boys here on the Radiant side. It's mid lane Lich. He shows. Chu. Does he want to go for the blind hook shot? He's a little tempted, but he's going to hold it. Doesn't want to sort of take his chances there. We'll allow the Lich to sneak away in the shadows. Still, relatively long cooldown. Well, 45 seconds, but Chu, he's the kind of man. He's pretty much not missed a hookshot this game. Always make sure that he has it for the guaranteed pickoffs that forZe can find.
And slow siege begins. Lifestealer, a couple of wards plus a siege creep. When I say slow siege, I don't mean they're just gonna kill the tower. They also have the dragon thing, what's it called, dragon scale.
It all adds up. It's making for a very hard push for Boom to be able to push back. Tier 3's gone, and even without the Aegis, 19 knows how strong he is right now.
It's so hard to approach. They have the vision, rockets flying over them. You have this Venom wards canceling the blink daggers.
I mean, they're just taking the racks in front of them. These racks are slowly dying. Boom's going to have to do something soon. But it's very hard for them to go in. They'll get the drag back. There's a missed hook shot.
Caster's Curse.
I was going to say, he's been pretty on point with them so far, but they're able to split it in the mid. Gibkiy tries for the TA grab, won't get it. Dreamocel's outside the base. He's going to look to try and chase down the AA. VANSKOR in trouble. They'll get out with the BKB. Mikoto commits, takes down the Ancient Apparition. Chu, he's holding KheZu on the backlines with the cogs. Dreamocel turns towards his next target, trying to go for BZZ, chasing him down through the wall. But Gibkiy's in with the taunt. Doesn't save BZZ though. BZZ still goes down. Buybacks are coming out for Boom. They have to help their Ursa. Another disarm stops him from finishing off the clockwork. But Chu, he's low. The Chain Frost takes him out. They've found 3 Boom, and they're not done yet. What more can they find? They'll look towards 19 team. Pull back with a favor. Gibkiy gets the call off. Lifestealer, they've got the turn potential. They look towards Mikoto. Mikoto is able to move away in time. He's trying to run. He's trying to kill the creeps to remove the battle hunter, but he cannot do it in time. Gibkiy dunks him down and now goes over towards Dreamocel. Another call, another kill. forZe take the Ursa out of the game and move straight up to the high ground. Gibkiy just playing incredibly aggressive as this Axe.
What was Ursa doing? Like, they outnumbered them. They had 4 heroes against only 2 left on forZe. Yeah, Lifestealer is hard to take down. Heaven's Halberd was also on cooldown.
I don't know, they just wasn't in position. Not able to do anything at all. They came in with the buyback as well on Khezcute, but having that extra life on the Lich, it just didn't make a difference. Now 12k lead for forZe. They clean up the middle set of racks.
Roche will respawn in 30 seconds. Boom, they have the vision inside the pit with the trap.
We'll see this again here. You see Dreamocel always down the bottom. He's trying to run in. He's trying to help out, but the time he turns up, he's disarmed and just kited up. It's just such a hard game for us to play into right now. A very, very tricky situation for the big old bear. forZe, second Roche, it's theirs once more by the looks of it. I don't think Boom's going to be able to do anything about this. They've scanned it out. Do they really want to try and test their luck outside of the base? I guess they've already been struggling with the base defense. Maybe they could, but even if they decided to do so, they didn't make the decision quick enough. Roshan's taken. Aegis and Cheese goes the way of forZe, and Chu, he's already caught out the bear outside of it all. Jumps in, Dreamocel's found, the hook shot into the call from Act. He's down for 50 seconds. Khezcute falls, a dieback effectively on the Lich as he's gone for over a minute. They're running into the base. 4 stars there, but the drag back with a vacuum will separate him from FBZ. Still though, Gibkiy with this movement speed, he can just run in, call him back, trapped in the cogs. FBZ's trying to punch his way out, but the cold feet will proc. Darkseer is dead, and forZe are just really starting to run over Boom right now.
forZe is playing so well. The chemistry between the players is extremely good. You can see Lifestealer entering X immediately after with the Shadow Blade. They're finding another opportunity. Same goes for this Clockwork. He missed that one hook shot, but didn't matter. Every single other one was on point.
Absolutely was. 7, 4, and 14 involved in 21 of the 24 kills that forZe has had. Chu being a real sort of driving force in these constant plays that forZe has been able to pull out in this 30-minute game so far. And up to the top lane, I mean, Boom, they couldn't do anything about this bottom. They couldn't do anything about this mid. It's very unlikely they are going to have any sort of answer to stop this push, as they just have to sort of watch these racks go. They'll try for a jump in with the vacuum, but as soon as they poke, they have to retreat. They just do not have the follow-up. They do not have the farm or the levels. Gibkiy is just able to play as aggressive as he likes with this, this sort of Shadow Blade Limmp build. This isn't necessarily a tanky axe, but he doesn't need to be. Every time he goes in, he knows that Boom just don't have the capabilities to deal with his aggression, and he's been exercising that perfectly. Only dying the once this game as sort of an axe with a Shadow Blade Blink, and you're not going to see that a lot. You see sort of an axe go that in a pub game, he's going to be feeding his head off. But Gibkiy, he knows exactly when to jump.
We all tried it, and we also had a teammate who did it and also did not succeed. This game, Owen, looks pretty much over. ursa does not like playing from behind. The TA, like, if you want to go all in, you might buy Divine Rapier. You don't even have enough money to buy Demon Edge at the moment.
No.
And these heroes are extremely bad at pushing the waves. The only one who's good is pretty much Templar Assassin. At one extent, there's also Darkseer, but you're playing against Mega Creeps.
I mean, do you think, sort of looking back at the draft, what does this sort of say to you? Does it say that Ursa is just a pretty rough hero? Or do you think this, even though they'd seen 4 of the heroes, they obviously felt themselves that this was a game that Ursa could play? It kind of wasn't?
Ursa did not have a game. I don't think it was a good Ursa game to start with after seeing all these kiting potential, overtime damage, and they instantly snapped that Venomancer.
Yeah.
They were not even thinking about it.
Shot from Chu. Does mean the Chain Frost will continue to bounce quite a bit. Chu actually does end up dying to the Chain Frost, so a 1-for-1. Mikoto pots the BKB, is looking for BZZ. We'll go for the TP out before his Magic Immunity ends, so we can get back towards the base. Gibkiy just running down Dream, who does jump across, gets VANSKOR. See if they can do anything to help him out, though. Boom, they need to help their Ursa. Surge forward, FBZ's trying to head over to give him some sort of safety, but Gibkiy, relentless with his chase, does not get the contact with the call, so Dreamocel can continue to run. And get the Yules up. Already the good games coming out for Dreamocel, at least in the Allied chat. Yet to call it in the All chat, but you know that it's going to be coming pretty soon, and there it is. Boom, they'll tap out. They've had enough of this one. GG is called, and forZe with a pretty solid win here in game 1. They have some great heroes that just made it impossible for both of sort of the position 1 and the 3 for Boom to ever play their game. Mikoto got a free start mid, did get his items, but there just wasn't enough that a TA could do alone against this lineup.
He did not have a hero to play with. Nyx Assassin joined a couple of the ganks, but that was pretty much it. Lich is not a hero that wants to play aggressive. Ursa early game was not existent, forcing him to get a BKB early on. It was just a now draft to start with. I think they shot themselves in the leg with this Ursa pick. They needed something that deals well, some kind of physical damage against the Lifestealer. Ursa is cool with the Darkseer combo, but if you look at the supports on side of forZe, they got the 4 staffs, they had the Ghost Scepters faster than Ursa, had his Basher, and it's so easy to kite with those items.
Oh, yeah. And it really was just, you look down the whole lineup of forZe, all of them just had an excellent game. VANSKOR is the AA. Beautiful, kind of easy for him. You know, he had so much setup, just had to be in position to throw out the Ice Blast, and he did every single time. 19-10 on his Lifestealer, doesn't die, never feeds, 608. Gibkiy is this mid-axe, 11-19, an incredible amount of impact. Chu, talking about impact, is this
he was all over the place.
Yeah,
with his hook shots, rocket scouting. It's hard to approach a team fight, especially the Roche one, when you are playing against AA. You have the rocket, you have Venom wards, and you can run in with Ursa, but when you have this kind of a combo, you want to play from ahead.
Yeah, well, it was a tough game indeed for BOOM. forZe as a whole, smashing this game 1. Definitely, you know, we can expect to see more from BOOM, right? I think this one, they sort of shot themselves in the foot with the draft, right?
For sure.
Yeah, so definitely hope for BOOM in game 2, but they've got to change up their strategies, as so far this game 1, forZe has got them sorted out as they take this first game of the best of 3. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back after the break with more of forZe versus BOOM.